Hello everybody, it's Marcia, and I'm back today with another scrapbook process video for my Creative Scrapbook. So I am using the October main kit, and this kit was full of the crepe paper, fresh bouquet, and some papers from the Heritage Collection. It's really a beautiful kit. Please check it out. And I'm also using a cut file, and this cut file came with the kit. So there's about 7 cut files from PearTree Cut Files that go with the kit. And I'm using the houses. It's kind of like a neighborhood. It's got like a church or a school and trees and houses and even birdhouses in here. I'm backing this cut file with different pieces of pattern paper from the collections. What I'm backing here first are the trees, and I did not deconstruct my cut file and cut these all out separately. I thought that might be too much of a pain. So this is really kind of tedious work. I just cut out a little scrap of the pattern paper and I glue it to the back of the cut file, and then I carefully trim around the edges with my cutter bee scissors. Now when I'm doing that, I kind of like to turn my cutter bee scissors a little bit on the side, and then I can get underneath the cut file and trim slightly underneath the cut file. So it also helps if the glue, I think, is not completely set up yet, and then I can trim and move things if I need to, and make sure everything is adhered down then when I'm done trimming. I'm going back in after I have my pattern paper and the houses in and adding on the windows for the houses. So this is a really fun cut file, and I thought it would be perfect for this photo I have of my daughter. She moved to Denver, Colorado this spring, so I think it was early May when we moved her. Yes, in the middle of a pandemic, and she's moving across the country. We were a little concerned about where to stop. We wanted to divide the trip up and stay one night instead of driving the whole way all at once. She was driving her car, and we were driving the U-Haul with all her belongings, and she had her dog Sue with. But it all worked out and no one got sick, thankfully. Okay, so I wanted to add some clouds that would go behind those houses on my layout. So I want the houses, I did 2 strips of houses, and I wanted to put one strip at the top of my layout and another at the bottom of my layout. Behind where those houses are going to go, I wanted to add in some clouds on the background so my background wouldn't be so plain. So I'm using a cloud stencil I got from My Favorite Things, and I normally use this for making cards. But I have used cloud stencils a few times on some of my layouts, and I really like this stencil. So you can flip it around from one side to another side, so your clouds don't look all alike, and that's really helpful, especially as you're going across a page. You can see me flipping the stencil where I'm trying to match the 2 ends in the middle. I thought matching in the middle would be easier because most likely that part would be covered up by the cut file. I'm using some broken china distress ink, and I'm also using a blending tool. I really like the way the clouds look on here. It just adds a little bit of interest, and I don't have a boring white background. So once I'm done, I'm going to bring in a strip of pattern paper to lay across the middle of my layout. And this also has houses on it and trees, so I thought it went really well with the cut file. And then I want something to go behind my photo, so I have this other scrap of paper here that's cut just a little bit bigger than my photo. So then I'm going to adhere this down across the middle of my layout. Now everything is just kind of flat on my layout right now, so I wanted to put some foam tape and I'm recycling some chipboard behind my photo to pop it up a little bit and give it some dimension. The other thing I did, there was a memo card. That's this peach card that I have put the frame around here. And I wanted to do my journaling on the computer. I don't like my writing all that well, and I can get more written down if it's typed up on the computer. I ran this through my computer printer, and once it was printed out on just regular printer paper, I adhered this memo card directly over the top of the printer paper. So I made sure it was stuck on there good, and then I ran it through my printer a second time. So the second time it printed over the card. So you can kind of line up the card over the text. It's easier to do this if you look at it from the back side and hold it up to the light. And you can see exactly where the words are going to appear on the card. I had planned out ahead of time how much width and length I had to play with in Microsoft Word before I printed it out on printer paper. So, and I like to do that a lot. I tend to be able to get more down if I'm journaling on the computer. I have more space to add all that journaling in. I also popped up that journal card with foam tape and some recycled chipboard. So it's at the same height as my photo. So then the next thing I do is I want to start going through the die cut ephemera pieces and maybe the chipboard stickers and see what embellishments I can put on this layout. It already has a lot going on it with the cut file, so I don't know that I want to add a bunch more. I found a die cut ephemera camera that I could layer on over a corner of my photo, and I also found a really pretty die cut ephemera flower that I could layer on over my journaling frame. So those are the things I pulled out from the die cut ephemera pack. My Creative Scrapbook has 4 kits that it puts out every month. So I said earlier I'm using the main kit, but they also have a creative kit, a limited edition kit, and an album kit. So there is really truly something for every kind of scrapbooker you are. The cut files too that go along with the kit add a lot of value. These can be used over and over again and not just with this kit. And PearTree Cut Files are amazing. Be sure to check those out as well. So the kit also came with these beautiful gold thickers, and I wanted to use some of these for my title on here. So there was one that said Dreamer, and I thought this was really appropriate. My daughter's dreams are huge. She's so brave for leaving everything she knows in Minnesota and packing up all her belongings and moving someplace where she knows nobody. Denver, Colorado is awesome though. She loves to hike and she loves the outdoors. She has an awesome job there. She's living in the downtown Denver area, and it's a very hipster. There are tons of young people her age there. It's very rare to see someone in their 50s or 60s or 70s in the downtown area. And there are lots of really awesome restaurants there. So one of the last things that I did is I pulled out some old wood veneer pieces that I had. I thought that the wood veneer houses that I had in my stash would look awesome on this layout. And when I found the house, I also found a bicycle, and I thought, oh, that's going to be perfect on my layout as well. So there's my layout. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Bye-bye now.